Hi, my name is Matt Goodman and I'm the founder and group managing director for the Futsal Partnership. Uh, we're currently producing a number of videos about why we're so fantastic, and I was rather hoping to get away with getting in front of the camera. As people who know me, I'm a very shy and retiring type who never really likes to share his opinions, so I thought I'd manage to keep myself quiet on this one. Um, so how I thought I'd start off with is uh, my story, how I got to here. It's very personal to me, and it's something uh, I'm not proud of, and in some ways a little bit embarrassed. But it is a real heartfelt story, and the idea is that it will hopefully inspire a few of you to follow in our journey. So here it goes. It started in around 2008. I used to own a large £25 million turnover business, and due to my stupidity and also the current climate at the time, the business failed. That led to hundreds of people losing their jobs, and us as a family losing pretty much everything. So after about 3 or 4 months of sulking and licking my wounds, I thought, right, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? So I decided, well, I've built a business once, I'll build it again. So I started up a very, very similar business, albeit a one-man band. After about 12 to 18 months, it was a freezing cold December morning. It was a Monday morning. I had another whole week of work ahead of me. And I woke up, turned to my wife and said, I'm not doing this anymore. So she said, oh, well, what are you going to do? And I said, I don't know, but just definitely not this. So I spent some time having a look around, and I decided that I was probably going to do a franchise. My original degree and my real passion in life had always been coaching. Um, Running between 1 and 2 teams every year from 18 to my mid-30s, and I came across a franchise business that really, really intrigued me. So I went and met them, saw what they were doing, and I absolutely fell in love with it. Totally believed in the organisation, and I literally couldn't start quickly enough. So we packed up, uh, got rid of the old business and started a new, coming up to the northeast. At this point, we actually lost everything. Uh, actually down to zero. Probably the worst moment in my life was we were driving up the motorway to move to Newcastle, and the children were saying that they were hungry and thirsty. So we pulled into motorway services, and all of our cards were declined. We couldn't even feed or give our children anything to eat or drink. So at that point, we were at zero. We'd lost, and this isn't out of arrogance, we lived in £1 million house in rural Oxfordshire, and we lost that, lost everything, and we went from that to living in a 3 bedroom house that my mother-in-law was generous enough to allow us to go and live there for 6 months. Had she not done that, then we would have been homeless, and for that I'm eternally grateful. Anyway, back to the story. I started this new football coaching business. Absolutely loved it, loved going to work every single day, but there was a fly in the ointment. At the same time, I started to do a master's degree in sports coaching, and lots of the theory that I was learning was starting to conflict what the organisation was telling us and how we should coach. So I thought I had to bring this up to the franchisors, so I went to meet them, and I was expecting them to say, oh, wow, we didn't realise this. Yeah, well, I think we need to change some of the things we're doing. To my absolute amazement, they pretty much told me I didn't know what I was talking about, and it would probably be best if we went our separate ways. So that's what we did. I was able to leave my obligations as a franchisee, and they said they wouldn't come after me, so I went off. So I just went off and started totally on my own, and I started around 6 years ago with 6 children, coaching down at Newburn Leisure Centre, and it was the start of the journey, and I've got to say it's one of the happiest journeys of my life. I'd kind of fallen out of love with business at that time, and I just wanted a lifestyle business where I could get up in the morning, do something I loved, have a nice holiday once in a while, see my children grow up, and get a love for life again. But either fortunately or unfortunately, it hasn't quite panned out that way. The business became very, very successful very, very quickly. I was back to working 7 days a week, and I literally couldn't do any more, although I was doing something that every single morning I woke up and I loved going to work, and I'd never had that feeling before, and there's nothing really quite like it. So I decided to bring on 2 new people, and I've been absolutely blessed to find Dan Horsley and Kirsty Lincoln. Both have been with me nearly from the start now. Kirsty now runs the whole of the North East area as well as Tyneside, and Dan runs Northumberland, Newcastle, and is possibly looking at taking a region as well. They've been absolutely pivotal in the growth of the business and will be as time goes on. But as I did, they grew very, very successful businesses very, very quickly, so we decided we had to bring some more people on. So we found 2 more great people in Greg Gavin and Craig McLeod. Greg runs Teesside and Craig runs Durham. And again, their businesses started to grow. So we then brought on another guy, Adam Dean, who now runs Sunderland for us. And how we did this is we linked into Northumbria University, and kind of the second passion, other than the coaching, has started, which is that we want to start to help young people follow a worthwhile and fulfilling career. So many sports students in particular leave university and never actually use their degree, never follow their passions. So we're providing a career path for these people to go off, have a great business and do something that they truly love and get well rewarded for it. And each of these people have come out from our links to Northumbria University. Well, about 18 months ago, we decided that this business was too important to just keep locally. So we decided to go nationwide, and in the last 3 months we've released 5 new areas, got 5 fantastic people on board. So we're now also working in Glasgow, Kent, Northamptonshire, Southampton and East Staffordshire, and we're now looking to expand again in September, and we'll be bringing on a further 5 people into the organisation, and only 5. With the amount of inquiries we've had, we could probably bring in 50, but that's not what's right. What we need to do is make sure that we're helping the people that come on board to the best of our ability, rather than just growing for growing's sake. I just want to talk as well a little bit about how our focus has changed over the last few years. When we set the business up, it was based upon the need for what we thought was technical coaching. There seemed to be a real shortage of that. So our original programme was based upon giving children the best possible technical coaching that we could. But through our research, and we are a research-based organisation, we've published a number of papers, and all of our coaches and area directors currently have sports coaching degrees. Our research showed that by 16 years old, 80% of all children will have left sport forever, never to return again. Now, clearly there's some health issues there, but there's other issues as well that people are probably not quite so aware of. So inactivity is going to impact on your mental health as well as your physical health. Research is really clear that those that remain active have more fulfilling careers, have more chance of higher education, have longer lasting relationships. The list is kind of endless. So it got us thinking, so if 80% of all these children we're working with by age of 16 are leaving, what are actually we coaching them for? So we couldn't come up with an answer for that. So we spent about 6 months to 9 months wrangling around our purpose, what are we actually here for? And we've actually decided to change that totally. And our purpose now is to actually instill a love of sport, to allow children to love sport forever into adulthood. Can we keep people playing it up into their 80s even? And based on that, we've started to change a few things. So a lot of the programme used to be what's called block practice, so lots of repetitions to instill what people class as muscle memory. It's a misleading term, but that's one that's used. But the problem with that is it's boring, and it turns children off. So we've turned it on its head, and we're actually looking now at very much a play-based approach. So everything that we do is what's called in context. So it looks and feels like a game. So not only is this huge fun, children love playing games, we all love playing games, it also transfers to the game. So not only does it transfer to the game, but it also increases long-term learning. But what we're really passionate about is just getting kids playing, getting them moving, finding those that perhaps are turned off by traditional PE. We've seen it, the coach or the adult at the front telling them all what to do, letting them know how much they know, and actually making it about them. Get them playing, get them having fun, and this desire for this 1% for the England team, that can come. Let's just get our kids playing. That's the focus of the business now. So, what we're looking for, what we're after, which is probably one of the reasons we're putting these videos out, let's be honest about it, is that we want to get 5 new people in September. I'm going to expect quite a lot of inquiries. We're looking for 5 really passionate people who really believe in our why, really want to help get young people playing, to get them moving through adulthood, have a passion for football or futsal, want to get off their backsides, want to work, want to grow a business, but then get really well rewarded for that business. That's what we're looking for. So this isn't going to be for everybody. In fact, I would say of all the people that watch this video, I would imagine less than 5% this is right for. But if you really think this is for you, if you want to come and be part of a team that's really, using this word again, passionate about what we're doing, that want to change the world, then please get in touch. You can just come and meet me for a cup of coffee. As I've shown already, I've driven all around the country in the last 3 or 4 months meeting people. We can have a cup of coffee and let's see if you're right for us. And if you are, fantastic. And if not, that's also fine. Thanks very much for listening. Bye bye.